of the vlog. I don't know how excited this is translating to, but yo, I'm gonna lift you up just a little bit. There we go. I am so excited to share today's vlog with you. As you can see, we are in my space and we finally got her painted. She is all done. And let me tell you, the vibes I be catching in this room, like y'all. So it's taken a couple of weeks to post just because I had to leave last week for work. My intention was to get this video posted before I got to LA. But once I hit the ground in LA, I was rocking and rolling with Adobe. So I didn't have a whole lot of editing time. So now that we're back, we're just catching up with the process of how we painted this space and made it this really moody, cozy space that you see now, and what my plans are for this space, because we still have to furnish it. Like, I've brought everything back in, but it's nowhere near ready. But now that we are nearing, like, it's literally Christmas, y'all. Like, Monday is Halloween and I start decorating for Christmas Tuesday. So the office is one of those spaces that I really want to come in and bring in the holiday cheer. So we're going to work from the backyard to the inside of the house. So you won't see an office update next week, but I did not want to miss the opportunity to share this very amazing transformation of this space before we got into the holiday decoration. We'll be back in a couple of weeks when it's time to decorate and do all that good stuff. But today it's going to be all about how we worked with really dark paint. That, by the way, if you are painting really dark, it is really hard, and I'll talk about that in a video. But we're going to share how we kind of made this transformation come to life, why I chose to go this dark, and what the future plans are for the room. So if you've never met me before, this is the first video that you've ever tuned into. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I truly appreciate you. My name is Kay. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a content creator. We've been vlogging on this channel since we moved into our new construction home and since we were building it, just to kind of share our journey. And now that we're in, I'm slowly taking my time to transform every room in the house to curate a perfectly useful home for myself and my family so that we can truly enjoy it. That includes color and paint and building stuff and chopping stuff up with saws and stuff. So if you're into that type of thing, I invite you to stick around. You know, if you watch today's video and you like the vibes, please consider subscribing to the channel. Share with a friend, hit the bell notification so you never miss an update from us. Be sure to connect with us on TikTok, Instagram, and even Pinterest so you can learn more about me and my family and kind of keep up with some day-to-day updates until we're able to post live videos. But today, it's all about the vibes in the office. So let's hop into today's episode. All right, so starting like we did last time, now that the walls are back, if you didn't check out that paint disaster, I'll link it up in the cards so you can go watch it, and down in the description, it was a mess. But now that the walls are back white, I'm taping off the inside of the windows because, y'all, I committed to painting everything. Like, we are painting everything from window trim to baseboards, like all of it. All of it is going to be painted and I cannot wait. So I found this really cool material over at Home Depot. I'll link it down below. And it was really easy to get the windows up and painted, the windows like taped off. And it did fairly well. I only had a couple of places, and that's because I left the tape on too long that I had to go back and touch up with some additional paint. But for the most part, you just kind of spread this out over your windows. It has blue tape on it, but I like to use the green tape and then pin it down in the corners and then run down straight where you're trying to go with the long piece of tape so that when you're pulling it off, it comes off in one strip. And that worked really, really well. So I'm going through and taping off all the windows, getting all of them sheeted or sheathed. I don't know what the proper terminology for it is, but covered so that the spray paint doesn't get on the actual glass. And while this is a tedious process, it is very much worth it because this kept me from having to do overspray cleanup once we were done. So absolutely worth the time that we put in it. So now that the windows are taped off, it is finally time to reveal the colors. So there was a poll that I did here in the last video about what color I should go with, and over on Instagram as well. And I am happy to announce that the color that I chose for the entire office was the Benjamin Moore Salamander. Yay! Now, I chose Salamander because while it looks green, like I know you saw it looked really green, as far as the background is concerned, it has blue undertones. So I paid attention to like the cards and what colors the paint was created from when I was choosing all of the paint. And I did some more research, and I really like that this gets real dark, but you can still see the green. So depending on the way the light is hitting, you can still see the green color in it. And I love that. I didn't want it to look black. So the Black Forest green or evergreen or something like that, that one was too dark. And I didn't want it to be blue. So the Bavarian was too blue. I did want a true green color in here. And I am really pleased with what I've done so far. It has created a total vibe in here, which you will see like this transformation. Like it's light, bright, and airy right now. But when this paint goes on, it will be like transformation before your eyes. So I love the color. It was really easy to work with. Even in the sprayer, we did do some back rolling like on the ceiling and in some parts of the wall where we couldn't reach. It was just a pleasure to be. So I'm really, really pleased with it, and I'm pleased to start decorating around it. So let's paint, y'all. Oh my God, so much fun. Let's paint. I'll shut up and let you watch me paint. right, y'all. So we are almost finished putting the first coat of paint all over the walls. We haven't got to the cabinet yet because I'm actually having to stand on top of the cabinet to reach the wall up top. So I don't want to put any paint on it just yet until I've got this wall completely like it's gonna be. Then I'll paint the cabinets. I've only got 1 gallon of paint left. So I'm gonna have to run in the morning and get a few more gallons just to make sure I have more than enough. I have enough for the ceiling, so I'm gonna roll that on tonight, and then I'm gonna get as far as I can get with the amount of paint that I have today. And then tomorrow I'll come in and do final touches, get it dry, take everything down, and likely move back in. At least just put stuff back in on Sunday because I want to spend the weekend with the family since I'm gonna be gone. So I'm gonna give you a quick look at what we're looking like so far. It's a complete vibe. I cannot wait until I am finished with this part. I have painted everything from the rooter to the tutor. Like, it is all one color and I love it, despite the fact that this color is a deep, rich, very moody color. It is still plenty bright in here, as you can see. And with the natural light coming in, like during the daytime, it was still light, but a vibe, if that makes sense. Like, I can't explain the excitement that I have right now and what's gonna happen in this room creativity wise. So I'm gonna show you around real quick. I haven't shown you with me painting because I just don't want to risk getting paint on my lens, but I am so pleased with where we are right now. Let's kind of take a quick peek at where we are, and then I'll come back once I've run out of paint and give you an update, and then I'm gonna be done for the night. All right. Like, oh my God, can you see the mood? First paint, y'all, so don't come for me. It's gonna look so much doper than this once we're in. Such a vibe. All right, so now we're on day 2 of painting, and I had to call in the husband because this was a lot of work. So I was able to put my patience hat on and wait on him to get finished working throughout the week. And he was able to hop in on the weekend. So I really appreciate him. So right now we're just cutting in the ceilings because there's 2 different sheens on the wall. So on the wall, I have the, oh God, eggshell finish. And on the ceiling, I have the matte finish because I didn't want the light bouncing off of the ceiling and reflecting back in the room. Like, I didn't want it to be shiny. So there's 2 different finishes. So we had to cut the corners down with the eggshell because there was overspray. And then we had to cut the corners up with the matte. It was a lot of cutting corners. Tim figured it out. I tried to roll the ceiling the night before, and that was just too hard. So he got up on the ladder. He was able to kind of do what I needed him to do and figure out how to use the sprayer for himself, which was really helpful because, y'all, painting with dark paint is hard. Spraying the walls was easy. You have to put a few coats on, as you could see in the previous clips, but the ceiling was hard. Like, I don't know what it was. We have a pole extender and everything, but I just could not reach up there. So painting the ceilings are really hard. So he was more than happy to help. I just had to wear my patience hat, and I did it. And I'm so happy that I did because he was able to get up on that ladder and stretch his back out and do all the things. And once he figured out how to work the sprayer, it went fairly fast. Now you see how, looking at this green, it looks kind of like blue-green, but depending on how the light hits it, I love that. I am absolutely infatuated with that. But anyways, once he was able to figure out how to spray the ceiling and get the coverage that he wanted. He was able to go through, get everything sprayed for the first coat, and then we back rolled on the second coat. And then that was it. So now that we're done spraying, I am reinstalling the curtains. I don't know why, but I could not wait to get my curtains back on the wall. Like I was like, I have to get the curtains on the wall. So I'm reinstalling the curtains. And I'll give you a quick view in just a second here. All right, so now that the curtains are all up, I am going to pull up the coverage on the carpet. And let me tell you the biggest mistake that I made. So I caught myself being smart and tucking the drop cloth up under the floorboards, because we have carpet, you know, there's a little bit of space between the carpet and the floorboard. And that would have been smart had I have taken it up right away, but I let the paint dry overnight, and consequently, the drop cloth stuck to the floorboards, which when I was trying to pull it up, pulled up paint. And not only did it pull up paint in some parts, it pulled up the top layer of the floorboard. So eventually I'm going to have to come through, take the floorboards off and put them back on. But what I did in the meantime was just paint over them, and it's fine. They're covered up by the curtain. But if I ever have to do anything different, I'm going to have to replace the floorboards. So now you're getting a final look at what the room looks like. Now, there are some places up in the corner that still need to be cut in. So we're going to have to get back up there and do that. But I was like, we'll do that on another day. Some places were still wet. I think I put the curtains up on this wall because it was dry. But for the most part, I am absolutely infatuated. So now that it's all painted, we're ready to go. All right, so now that we are all done, all painted, I'm gonna take the next couple of weeks to start furnishing. We've got a couple of pieces like the corner desk. You know, I'm trying to make this a workroom / creative space. So there's some furniture pieces that are on the way that I've ordered. Hopefully they'll be here within the next couple of weeks. If not, we're just gonna keep the bus rolling and I'll update you once they get here. But like I said before in the intro, it's practically Christmas time, and this, I feel like, is a perfect space to also add some Christmas decoration that keeps my creativity flowing. And since it's right off of the family room, because the family room is going to be decked out, it's only right that this space is decked out as well. So once we get to the place where it's time to come inside and talk about Christmas decorations and stuff, I'll bring you back in, show you all the furnishings and all that good stuff. But I'm so incredibly pleased with where we are. Now that I've been in it for like a week or so, like we painted and I had to hop on a plane, there are some spots in the ceiling that we need to touch up, like directly over us, depending on how the light hits. I can see some white streaks, so we'll go in and touch it up. Just, you know, it is what it is, but I'm just happy to be in this space. I'm happy that furniture is on the way. I've been so much more productive since I've been home, just because I feel like I have a space that is truly my own. And even though it's not completely done, it really feels like just a really big hug in here, and I can zone out and get some stuff done. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, the votes were so close on Instagram, but Salamander ultimately won, and I'm so glad I did it. You know, in certain lights you can see the deep green, and in certain lights it looks dark black. In certain lights you see the blue green. It just speaks to me, and I am just happy as happy could be. So thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Next week, Fred, we'll be outside on the back patio. I gotta start getting ready for like family to come in for the holiday. That back patio, everybody swoons over it. So I'm gonna go out, decorate it for Christmas, kind of clean up the backyard a little bit. I'll take you along on that journey as well. Then we're gonna come inside the house, get all of our special places decorated. I'm adding a fireplace to my bedroom, so I'm gonna show you how I do that. I wish it was already done because it has been cold in the morning and it would really come in handy. So we're gonna go ahead and get her put up, decorate that mantle for Christmas, all that good stuff. So there's plenty of work. So if you haven't subscribed, be sure to tune in. Make sure you connect with us everywhere else. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to those of you all that participated in the poll and let me know your thoughts. I really appreciate those. And until probably next Wednesday, there might be a bonus video just because I've been doing a lot of Christmas shopping. So if I have extra to say, you'll see a bonus video likely Monday, but if not, then we'll be back on next Wednesday for our regularly scheduled program. And thanks for hopping in, and I will see you all next week. Bye, friends.